Aloha and welcome back. I'm glad you selected Ahupua'a. Remember now, Ahupua'a is a land division that extends from the mountain all the way into the ocean. And I have a perfect person to talk about that because he's from this Ahupua'a, Earl Kawa'a. Aloha mai.
Aloha mai, aloha mai.
I'm glad to be here in Molokaʻi, here at this beautiful East End. What is this name of this Ahupua'a?
You know, okay, Ahupua'a or Hālawa.
Hālawa.
Hālawa, yeah. The name of this Ahupua'a is called Hālawa.
And you grew up here as a little boy, right?
I grew up here in this, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing us out here.
Everything that you see belongs to this valley called Hālawa.
Okay.
And beyond the mountains and over the mountains, over into the other valleys, it's also Hālawa, a very, very large Ahupua'a.
And from what I understand, Ahupua'a, that extends all the way from the mountains, all the way into the sea. So people have the resources from top to bottom.
Exactly.
Mountain to ocean.
From mountain to ocean.
Great. And now, what are some of the resources here in Hālawa?
Well, if you look down at it, you can see this great big river. It's called the Hālawa River. It is the source of life. Without water, you cannot survive. You put the word vai together, vai, there's this water that becomes wealth.
Wow.
So Hawaiian wealth is based on water.
Wow.
And Hālawa has lots of water.
A lot of water. I see a beautiful ocean down there. Is that where you folks used to swim when you were kids?
We didn't, our parents did not allow us to swim in the ocean because that was our icebox. That's where we caught fish for the family.
You don't want to swim in the icebox.
But we would swim in the river and we would go to the waterfalls.
I see.
And we have 4 waterfalls in which we can swim in.
So you swim in the rivers, but you preserve the ocean because that's where you get your fish. That's where you eat. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Now, with all these people here, I know there must be a lot of people. They must be a resource themselves because they got to do work and work together. How do you keep all these people organized? How do you keep them together?
Well, to begin with, they're a homogeneous group. They are all Hawaiians living in the area. They're all farmers. They all have a relationship with their families, with their keakua, and with the land as well. Very, very important in living in an Ahupua'a today and in the years past.
So in Ahupua'a includes the people, it includes the resources from the mountain, to the ocean. What are some other resources that you find like in each part? So if you go to the river, what would you find in the river?
In the rivers are lots of o'opu. Lots of o'opu. And there are different kinds of o'opu that lives in the river. The 2 popular ones are nakea and o'oau. They're wonderful for eating. Wow. That's a resource.
And when you go down to the ocean, what are some of the things you find down there?
It depends on the weather, and it depends how many people got to the beach before you.
Okay.
But you can count there's opihi, there.
I love opihi too.
It's pipipi, and kupe'e, and papa'i, which is crab.
If it's a good day, do you find moi down here?
On a good day and during the summer is when moi comes in.
Oh, okay.
So you need to know the season of that particular fish.
And I guess you would have to also, it could be dangerous, right? So you have to kind of pay attention to, how would you know if the moi was running or if there was certain fish in the ocean? Was there signals, was there signs that was going on? Was there like winds or tides that helped you?
Well, the dangerous part, to minimize the danger part, is that you need to learn the lesson from your father.
Oh, okay.
You learn the lesson from your uncles and your older cousins
Ho'olohe.
who also learn. Yeah, ho'olohe. And you take that and you apply it when you go to the ocean. If it is windy, it might be a good day for a particular fish to come in. Ama likes to come in on a windy day. More than likely you can catch it. Moi, if it's in June, they'll come in. But you need to be akamai. You need to pay attention to the lessons that your father taught you.
So your father taught you those lessons?
Exactly.
Now what about...
Not my father. All the men.
All the men.
Everyone knew that.
Oh, that's another relationship of the people. Everybody was teaching the little kamali'i.
Yeah.
So
learning was a way of life.
Learning was a way of life. Now, what about plants? Is there certain plants that are particular to the Ahupua'a that was useful?
There are lots and lots of plants. With regard to plants, which plants are good for eating and which plants can be used for la'au?
What are some of the good plants that are, like say, for la'au or medicine? Which ones would you use?
It depends on the illness.
Okay.
If you had a broken bone, so ha'ui would be one of the medicines.
Okay.
If maybe a child had thrush, it would be kukui, or clue, or a banana.
Oh.
Depending on the age.
So even banana, you could eat it.
The banana sap.
The banana sap, you could eat the bananas but use the sap for medicine.
For medicinal purposes, exactly.
Wow, that's so awesome. So there's a lot. Now, when I look at Hālawa, what are some of the mea kaulana of this particular Ahupua'a? Because I know there's Ahupua'a everywhere outside, but I'm wondering, like, what about this place? What is so special about Hālawa, mea kaulana.
Hālawa was also noted for music, and there were wonderful composers that lived in it. The Kala'au, Charles E. King, Kane, these are all composers. The other thing about it is where it's situated. It is the valley that faces the sun. So you need sun to grow.
Wow.
And the sun every morning rises and shines directly into the valley. Excellent, excellent growing conditions.
Wow, that is kaulana.
Yes.
Famous.
Water and sun and good lepo.
Water, sun, good lepo, and good music too.
And good music.
The resources of the people, the leo of the people.
Oh, yeah, ka.
Mahalo for sharing with us about Hālawa and Ahupua'a. I hope you folks enjoyed it. I'm going to spend a little bit more time. I might even go swimming up the Kahawai. Who knows? We'll see you guys in the next section. Aloha.
Aloha.